Pencils down. Pencils down. Pencils down. If you got a aquí, mira, pencil, hombre, it goes down, cabrón. It's over.
Cabron is down?
Cabrón. No.
What's cabron?
Kind of means, well, I don't want to say it. I couldn't say it on TV.
Oh.
I know that on Last Comic Standing.
You couldn't say cabron?
I tried to get away with it, but so it okay. Here's what's not fair.
Right.
It means it's just a goat. It's just a goat. It means a male goat. But, you know, slang-wise, it kind of means fuckhead, asshole. You know, it's
so to like, the kid in taking Spanish is going like, oh, he's saying goat, but to all like the people watching at home,
the adults,
especially Latino families, would be like, oh, he just said fuck it.
He just called the guy an asshole, basically.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you may have to help Colton out with his Spanish in high school.
I got it. Oh, please. I got it.
Because I can't.
No worries, man.
Because I barely got through that.
Oh. Yeah, I was thinking today. I don't know what made me think of this.
What?
Well, here's what made me think of it. We were in the pool at Andrea's parents' house.
Sure.
Swimming in the pool
in the
other day.
Right down
in the
pool.
Yeah. Where's there in the swimming pool? And just up in the pool. And by the way, I think that accent.
Yeah.
Hi, we're to go swimming in the pool. I think that's the voice of that youth pastor who got busted videotaping over 60 women undressing. But it's the drag queens we got to worry about.
The drag queens.
The drag shows are the ones we got to keep an eye on.
That's it. Got to save the kids, not from guns, but from dresses.
From dresses.
Not from guns, but from dresses.
Not from the creeps who were giving them their Bible studies.
Nope.
But so I was in the pool, and we were there with Andrea's parents, Andrea and her father's sister, and her father's sister's husband. So family boogie in the pool.
Okay.
Family party down.
Gotcha.
And when it was time, Andrea brought me my towel. She was being very kind.
Very nice, yeah.
And
as she's wont to do.
I want in my head.
We're talking about, who are you?
I'm talking about you. In my head, well, here, listen. In my head, I thought, Eddie, how bad would it have gone if, let's say, Andrea or her mom brought me the towel, and I did the line from Dolomite when he's getting out of prison and he's putting his clothes on. He's like, "Bitch, you bring me these cotton drawers? You don't know how to wear no fucking cotton drawers." So, should I have said that?
Does that go over better or worse than Grandma licks my nub nub?
Grandma licks up my wub wub.
Which one goes over better?
I think the Dolomite.
Probably the Dolomite.
I think
right?
the Dolomite.
Probably
Bitch, you bring me these cotton drawers. You know how to wear no fucking cotton drawers.
Goes over better than Grandma licks my wub wub.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I still did the wub wub joke.
Of course.
You and Colton weren't there, so it just bombed horrifically. But I did. You can't. You know us. We have to give a joke like 6 or 7 tries before we.
You don't know on the first try. You don't know on the first try. You don't know.
But you can't just not. So by the way, it's just you and I today.
Yeah.
Cody's
day baseball.
Day baseball, and I think Thread's taken off and hurting his boy Elon can't be good.
Oh yeah, that's got to be tough. He's probably some emergency powwow.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to get that back.
Right.
It's so I don't know. But see, do you think I should have done next time? Should I try that? Bitch, you bring me these cotton drawers. You know I don't want no fucking cotton drawers.
Yeah, I think you should. Especially if the mom hands you the towel. Especially if Andrea's mom hands you the towel. I think.
Violently grab it away from her, say the line, and then violently throw the towel back. Oh. Is that, have we seen, well, I'll go there first. Is that the greatest get out of prison scene in movie history?
Might be. I'm trying to think of what tops it.
He puts on his threads, he gets in the car, and then 3 chicks start sucking his dick immediately.
I mean,
and then were tailing him. Like,
I mean, that puts the beginning of Blues Brothers to shame.
Massive.
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption. If Morgan Freeman got blown by 3 chicks on the way out, maybe. But
maybe.
What beats that?
Or at least a hand job in the grocery store.
Right.
Something. Come on. At least try, Shawshank.
But I also think that the problem is every moment in Dolomite trumps every other moment in any other movie that's similar.
Yeah, if you hold them up to each other, for sure.
I mean, he rips Willie Green's stomach out of his body with his bare hands at the end. He just rips it out of his body. Oh. And can I give you my hot take?
Yeah.
It's not going to be shedding a nice light on the MCU. But when Spider-Man shows up in Civil War,
yeah.
Sorry, but Creeper going to Fatburger was way better in Dolomite. Sorry. Sorry, but Creeper at Fatburger, way better in Dolomite. Am I alone? Maybe.
I mean, I think there's an argument to be made. It's an argument to be made.
But that's the greatest get out of prison scene in movie history. He puts on his new clothes right then and there, and then 3 chicks are sucking his dick in the car, and then he gets out and murders 4 guys tailing him. Like, it's nothing.
Didn't miss a beat. Didn't miss a beat in prison.
I like how they're like, we're busting you out to put away all the dope dealers, and Dolomite was wrongfully imprisoned, right? They planted the evidence.
Yeah.
But he murders 4 guys. 3 seconds after he's out of prison. He just murders 4 dudes in cold blood right up on fucking the observatory near Griffith Park. He just fucking murders 4 guys in cold blood. I mean, amazing.
Goes to jail for nothing and gets out and commits immediate jailable
4
offenses.
homicides within 3 seconds of being out of jail. It's so many reasons why it's the greatest movie ever made. So many reasons. Have you seen Petey Wheatstraw, The Devil's Son-in-Law? That Rudy Ray Moore masterpiece.
I don't think I've seen that. I've seen Human Tornado. I've seen Dolomite.
Yes. Now, Petey Wheatstraw.
I don't know if I've seen Petey Wheatstraw.
So it does a deal with the devil. That's probably the best one as far as like an overall movie, right?
Like technically speaking.
Because Dolomite, you see the budget constraints, right?
Yeah.
The heart of it's air and it's great. Human Tornado is just a fever dream. You're just like, what is it? It's like, it is a psychedelic fever dream of a movie, right? Tornado. You're just like, what is
happening?
What is
going on right now?
I'm loving every second of this, but I mean, he fucks a house down. Like that, like there's just, but then Petey Wheatstraw, he makes it, you got to bring Colton though. We're going to watch that. He makes a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
Because he gets murdered. And so he makes a deal with the devil to come back, right?
Yeah.
And get revenge on the people who killed him, but he has to marry the devil's daughter. That's the premise.
Right, that's the catch, yeah.
It's a catch. And she's not a looker, the devil's daughter.
Yeah.
But the opening scene, Petey Wheatstraw, he's a stand-up comedian like Dolomite. And he just... Again, why punchline didn't have this is beyond me. Why that show Marvelous Miss Maisel, why they don't have this. So Petey, he gets to the Petey, Wheatstraw. It's the opening scene after the credits. He comes out on stage, and there's a large woman walking in the showroom, and he goes, my, look at that ass. He goes, I just love women with big asses. And then the woman says something like, some ass is for need, but this ass is for please. Something.
Yeah.
And then he says, "You still got a lot of ass, mama. If this building were to catch fire and they were to say haul ass, you'd have to make 10 trips." And then this old guy stands up and goes, "Hey, you can't talk about my woman like that." And then Petey goes, "Shut up. Shut your ancient ugly ass up before I get that woman over there to get one of her titties and beat the shit out of you." Thank you very much. That was it. That was his comedy set. He just insulted 2 people. It was like, "Thank you very much. I'm out."
Could you imagine doing that?
We got to do that.
I got a Spotted
set this
Flappers
up.
tonight. Maybe
Daddy,
I should.
tonight you got to do it. You got to go up there.
My.
Look at
that ass.
And then I'll get that woman to take her titties and slap the shit out of you. Thank you very much.
Fuck. Oh.
Would that not be a Netflix special? How would that be the greatest Netflix special ever? To just recreate that. It's a 45-second Netflix special.
That's it.
And then just all these credits.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you very much. He's Petey Wheatstraw. Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom. Now look, no song's better than Human Tornado and Dolomite. Dolomite's got a great theme song. Human Tornado, he sings his own theme song.
Yeah.
But Petey Wheatstraw's up there. It's got he's Petey Wheatstraw. Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom. It's good.
Okay.
Fucking good. But I just think I think our next show that's it. That's the show.
Look, my, look at that ass.
Look at that ass. Imagine those are the first things you say on stage. Oh, before I get that woman over there to get one of her titties and whoop the shit out of you. Thank you very much. Oh,
fuck.
It's just proof that Rudy Ray Moore made the greatest films
of all time.
Will we have to listen? Everybody not shutting the fuck up about Oppenheimer. Oh, really?
How about make Oppenheimer, but Dolomite is inventing the atomic bomb?
How great would that be? He doesn't even need the bomb. He just does karate to all of our enemies. Over. Be amazing. My God, Eddie, it's freaking 12 minutes and 53 seconds.
What did it?
What an intro. If you know the words, sing along. Eddie,
Please.
This is early 90s alt rock here. So
I might know this.
I hope you do.
That's in my wheelhouse.
I was dressed for success, but success it never comes. And I'm the only one who laughs at your jokes when they are so bad. And your jokes are always bad, but they're not as bad as this. Everyone, come join us in a prayer. We'll be waiting where everything's ending here. And all the sterile striking, it defends an empty dock you cast away. And rain upon your forehead where the mist for high. If it's just too clear, let's spend our last quarter stance randomly. Go down to the outlet once again. There we go. Did that ring a bell at all?
No.
Pavement. Here.
Pavement.
Remember them?
No. I guess I was not into the
Remember
that
Cut
much
That
alt
Hair?
rock.
Darling, don't you go and cut your hair. Oh,
no.
Listen to me. I'm on the stereo.
No, none
He
of this.
goes, and what about the voice of Geddy Lee? How did it get so high? I wonder if he talks like an ordinary guy. Nothing.
None of this. No Pavement for me.
If you were a fan of early 90s alt rock, Eddie, you got to jump on.
I guess I was more at the early 90s. I was more in the grunge.
Yeah, sure.
Before the alt. I didn't get in the alt until more Mid-late 90s?
A little later. Yeah, Pavement's got, they've got some bangers. They've got some bangers. Let me see when the first one came out. See, I thought the first one for sure would have been right up your alley.
I would have thought, but yeah, I guess I was more grunge than alt rock. So.
Slanted and Enchanted. That's a 192 right there, Eddie. I don't know if that cover even rings a bell. Maybe you saw that at a record shop somewhere.
No.
Slanted and Enchanted, of course. Bright in the Corners. They had some great ones. I'm a fan. I like it all. Damn it, I like it all. And what a ramble. So, Ahsoka. Yes. Let's talk Ahsoka. Woo! Looks good. Looks real good. Looks real. Okay, but again, if there's the biggest gripe to be had with all these, it's, I guess we could just take that whole Luke Skywalker was the last Jedi thing and fuck that right up the ass. Because that was, there's like 70,000 Jedi now. It's fine. I don't care because it's a good story. If it's a fun story, I'm happy.
Right.
But there's like 80
It's just the last Jedi they knew of. But
Right.
if you're talking about a Jedi Order that's been around for thousands of years, and then you have a group coming to wipe them out, they're going to scatter, so you don't know.
Who's the bearded guy? Who's this guy? Do we know who the old bearded guy is?
No, I'm trying to think. I've read somewhere where he was from.
So we don't know if we've seen him before in a Star Wars property.
That's why I think he was mentioned that he was in something. I forgot what it was. But yeah, I forgot. I assume his allegiance is probably still to the Emperor, and he's probably part of that thing to try to bring back the Emperor. I'm guessing.
You know who he looked like? And I don't want to look like I'm dumb speculating on a hypothesis over here.
Yeah.
But you know who he looked a lot like if we're going by artwork? Kaboth. He looked a hell of a lot like Kaboth from the cover of Heir to the Empire. The old bearded white guy who was the clone.
Yeah. He was the cloner, right?
He was the guy that was cloned.
He was the clone, and then you had Luke with 2 U's.
Yes. Could that be Kaboth? I don't know how you pronounce it. It's just C''BOTH or whatever.
Kaboth. I mean, I don't know. I mean, or do you save that for the Heir of the Empire movie?
They are going to do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I mean, they're doing an Heir to the Empire film that Dave Filoni's directing, so I assume maybe you save that guy for that movie.
Right. Joris C. Kaboth. An insane dark Jedi who played an important role in the Thrawn campaign, a clone of the Jedi Master Joris Kaboth, who led the outbound flight. He was created by Palps. Is that what Gumble?
Palps. Teens. Hey, teen. Palps.
Teens. What would he call Thrawn? Ads? Grand Admiral?
Thralls.
Thrawns? Ons? All right, let's see. I'm gonna look.
Kaboth. What's the character's name in Ahsoka? Who's the bearded guy? What's his name?
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Is it listed?
I already have my
on the IMDb.
I already have my if I don't like Ahsoka, my review. You ready?
Okay. Why are you planning out your hatred review already?
You ready for this? For this? It's gonna be an Anoka for me, dog. What do you think, huh?
Dude.
That's gonna be an Anoka for me.
That's an Anoka for this guy.
That's an Anoka for this.
Ahsoka, more like Anoka.
Anopka.
He plays. Looks like he plays Balin Skoll.
And it's Ray Stevenson, the guy. What was he was doing? He just
died. He
was a Punisher.
Yeah, he was the Punisher in that good Punisher film.
Man,
Warzone.
What a way! Now I want it to be good because what a way to go out. You know, if that's now. Can I tell you what I'm a little confused about? Maybe it's me, like Pesci said. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a little fucked up. But did Sabine have Force powers at the end of Rebels?
No, she was not a Jedi. She had the Darksaber at the end of Rebels.
Right.
And gave it to what's her face?
Bo.
Bo-Katan.
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 Yeah.
But I don't think they ever alluded that she may be force sensitive.
So what's with Ahsoka talking about her training and shit with Sabine? It's like, what the fuck you training? She ain't a fucking Jedi.
Maybe she's force sensitive. Who knows?
Ooh.
Maybe
nah,
she became force sensitive.
I wouldn't mind that.
So.
I like Sabine a lot. I wouldn't mind seeing Sabine wrecking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, maybe she's force sensitive. I don't know.
Ooh, man. And then we get Jane Fonda to play her now. Like, with Ray and stuff. Would that work?
Yeah.
Time? Would Rita Moreno be, if we were to do this, like if they were to put her in post-Ray still, like the next Ray movie, right?
Yeah.
If Sabine's in it, are we looking at Rita Moreno?
I think we are. I think we should.
Why don't?
Because that's another 30 years.
Yep.
So she's probably, I would assume.
Why can't we just put them in a time warp so you have all these good new actors carry the torch later?
Well, they did time travel in Rebels.
I know. So
it's there. I don't know. Does Dave Filoni tap into that? Because he's the one who basically set it up in Rebels.
What's the name of the Twi with the pilot, the badass, the best
Hera.
character in Rebels?
Syndulla. Hera Syndulla.
Hera. Why can't she take the Princess Leia mantle moving forward?
Well, the ghost
is in there.
Is in Rise of Skywalker.
Do we know how Twi'leks age? Do they age any? Do we know?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I think they're still bangable for couple hundred years.
See, that's how you retcon this shit. That pussy's good for.
That shit's tight for at least 250.
200 years from now, you're gonna be looking at Hera and going, my, look at that ass.
Look at that ass. So the ghost is in Rise of Skywalker. So
it's there.
Is it there because it's been there the whole time, or did it do a time jump?
And we also don't know the big guy. What's the big guy who was in Mandalorian? The bruiser of the crew. What's that guy's name? In Rebels, the big tough guy, the alien.
Oh, Zeb.
Zeb. We don't know his race. Maybe they last 300 years.
Well, yeah.
I mean, just put Ezra and Sabine in a fucking time warp, and then Hera and Zeb are good to go, right? And then they team up with Rey and Grogu, and there it is.
There it is.
There it is. That's your new team moving forward.
Right?
Who's mad at that? I'm not. I mean, how badass would that be? If the Rebels crew team up with fucking Rey and Grogu, who's
shitting on that?
Right, and then you have cameos with what's her faces, Finn and Poe as admirals. You know what I mean?
Well, Finn is force sensitive, so he's probably off being a Jedi.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So Finn's now a Jedi. I mean, what's the matter with any of this?
Everybody's Jedis.
Why not now? Well, it's better now. We can start again.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, whatever. I'm just putting it out there, Eddie. Why can't? And now Eddie had a wonderful theory about the new footage from Deadpool that leaked with Wolverine, Hugh Jackman in the yellow and blue.
Yeah.
And what's your theory? I love it. They got to do this.
I think they're going around.
I'm gonna be mad if they don't do this now.
Well, we talked about it to the point where it now has to be done.
Yes.
Anything short of this is failure.
It has to be.
Where Deadpool is going through all the multiverse, whacking all of the shitty versions of these Marvel characters.
That would be amazing. If him and Wolverine are literally cleaning up the timeline like he said he was doing at the end of
Deadpool 2, he's cleaning up the timeline. He took out the shitty Deadpool already. He took out the shitty Green Lantern, who's not even in Marvel.
Not even in this. And then the rumor is Jennifer Garner's in this as Elektra.
Yeah.
Right? What
better Elektra to take out?
What better Elektra to take out than her? What better Daredevil to kill than the
Ben
Affleck
Affleck
one? Like maybe they just drown him in that stupid tub he sleeps in every night.
So if he's just going through the multiverse, just taking out shitty versions of all these heroes.
What a great buddy movie with
watching
Wolverine.
him taking out Michael Chiklis is the thing.
Right. That's a great buddy movie. Deadpool and Wolverine just going through the timeline, killing all the fucking shitty movies.
Or maybe, we were talking too, maybe at the end of Loki, maybe Loki 2 sort of feeds into Daredevil 3 because maybe Daredevil is hired by the TVA to go fucking clean up some timelines.
Lokes.
Lokes, please. Keys.
Look. Well, holy shit, we got to get to emails. I don't know if you knew
fuck,
this, but
man.
You can email us at ramble@theramblepod.com. Do you know that?
I've heard the rumors.
Yeah, we have a Twitter page.
Did we?
At Podcast Ramble 1. Instagram, at Podcast
Do we have a
Ramble.
Threads?
It'd probably be at Podcast Ramble. I got to make that.
We got to do a Threads because that's where the shit's at
That's
now.
where it's happening. We're on YouTube at the Ramble Tube. We have merch. T Public,
Merch.
138 5 stars. And let me check. I don't think anything has changed in the past half hour. But should I check just in case, Eddie?
Check and see if Bob Backlund's still the champion.
Is Bob Backlund, is it Bob Backlund? Let's see. Chucky Bob Phil is still number one.
Chucky Bob Backlund Phil.
Chucky Bob Backlund Phil. We have an email from the American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. He's talking The Flash.
Okay.
I don't understand the first 3 words of this mess.
What are the words?
Paragraph. I enjoyed it. I don't understand that. But he ends up not being happy. He goes, I enjoyed it until they shat on Michael Keaton and elevated George Clooney for a shit joke that no one is going to laugh at. Batman and Robin is the worst superhero film ever. The Flash bombing screws any hope of having a Batman Beyond. So if the film did anything, it was truly burying 80s, 90s Batman and continuing to drag the corpse. It is a DCEU to its eventual watery grave.
Very
Get
true.
it? Water, Aquaman. Yeah, I bet that joke was funnier than Clooney. But the American Dream is dead on. How pointless was that Aquaman post-credit scene?
Fucking A, man.
Jesus.
How pointless was it to put Clooney in at the end when
know.
they already shot 2 other alternate endings that would have been better than that ending.
Clooney. Ugh.
You had one ending shot where it's Michael Keaton and Supergirl are at the courthouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have another ending where it's Wonder Woman, I think, and Michael Keaton or Henry Cavill as Superman is there,
Right.
and Michael Keaton is Batman.
All better.
All better. All infinitely better than George Clooney.
The Clooney cameo.
And what's his face? Christian Bale turned down that.
Oh, no, of course he did.
Bale, they wanted Bale to be there, not George Clooney.
Right. He's like, yeah,
And
you're
he turned it
fucking
down.
mind. I'm not doing this shit.
But yeah, they fucking just shat all over Keaton Batman.
Oh. Anthony, too cool for school Flores. Jerry, Eddie, and perhaps Cody, mi gente. So, Edward, I dropped the OG Gundam show lore in favor of my favorite Gundam series,
Okay.
Mobile Fighter G Gundam. This series is set in the future century where space colonies representing countries hold an organized fighting tournament known as the Gundam Fight every 4 years to settle the political differences in place of war. Nobody wants war. Each colony sends a representative fighter piloting a Gundam to battle on Earth only until one is left, and the winning nation earns the right to govern over all colonies until the next tournament. To be continued. So there you go.
It'll be an unbelievable tournament.
Unbelievable, greatest tournament you've ever seen. Unbelievable tournament. Oh, there's going to be no nasty women in that tournament. But would you be shocked if at his next rally Trump just said that?
No, it's the same gibberish he speaks at all of his fucking rallies.
And now it's time for our hat, Eddie. Slimeball character in a movie. Jerry, Eddie, and Cody from Gary Priest Jeeps. Here's my list. Hall of Fame hat, slimeball character in a movie. A twofer. Walter Peck from Ghostbusters and Richard Thornburg from Die Hard, both played by the king of 80s slimeballs, the great William Atherton. Wow. Charles Phillips, CP. So I know I'm late on this, but he had to get in the worst superhero movie, The Dark Knight Rises. This movie had terrible CGI, giant plot holes, and all of its best shots are stolen from Schumacher's Batman and Robin. Also, fuck the Freddy's and Sig Zeon. It's a Gundam thing. Also, Jetfire was based on the Macross Valkyrie, not a Gundam thing. The one you had was from the Crossbones Squadron. All right. Those are the toys we had. All right, I like that. Hall of Fame. Charles Phillips here. Seeps. CP.
CP.
Seeps. Slimeball character movie. Eddie, I don't know how I missed this. I did not have him as my pick, and I'm a little upset at this. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
Larry Vaughn, the mayor from Jaws. This piece of shit is personally responsible for so many deaths, all for money. The mayor from Jaws. That's a great one.
That's a great one.
The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Jason Isaacs from the Patriots. Dude was willing to kill, murder, maim, and destroy anything that named His Majesty the King. He made Mel Gibson look like a good guy. Honorable mention to the cast of Game of Thrones and Succession. Michael Worms. Hall of Fame movie Slimeball. I nominate another one, the great William Atherton. So good, he triple tied it for me. Dr. Jerry Hathaway in A Real Genius. Reporter Dick Thornburg in A Die Hard, and Walter Peck in Ghostbusters. He was a slam dunk for me. Worms. Damien Bottriell. Bats. What's up, gang?
Bats.
Damien Bottriell here to Rambles if I'd just been kicked out of a Freedom Caucus. My Hall of Fame Slimeball character. Eddie, this was a squash, by the way. My Hall of Fame is a 2-for-1. William Atherton played not only Walter Peck in Ghostbuster, but sleazy journalist Thornburg in Die Hards 1 and 2.
And he was also in Real Genius as the shitty dean.
And who was that? Who gave it to him? Michael Werman gave it. Michael Werman gave him the three-peat. He gave him the Real Genius, Die Hard, and Ghostbusters. Was Worms. Anthony Too Cool for School Flores. Anthony and I matched, Eddie.
Did you?
For my Hall of Fame hat, I'm going with Carter Burke from Aliens. Paul Reiser plays the scummiest corporate scumbag. Does it get any worse than locking Ripley and Newt in with the facehuggers, all while plotting to off the rest of the squad while they sleep? That was my pick to Carter Burke by Paul. So slimy.
Yeah.
That
pretty slimy.
I remember when I first met Paul Reiser at the Comedy and Magic Club. Part of me is like, man, fuck this guy. Because I had just seen Aliens like 2 nights before.
Could you have punched him and then told people that's why you punched him?
Look what he did.
Look what he did. It's on video right here.
Look what he did. You're dead, bro. Fucking that was the best. Was fucking, what's his face? The late great.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. You're fucking toast, man. Oh, I had to go. Now, my honorable mention, though, was I had to go Walter Peck. That was my Atherton character who made honorable mention.
Yeah.
And my other one, no one got Gleason from The Breakfast Club as the dean.
Great one.
The vice principal.
Fuck with the bull.
Yeah, and another honorable. I can't put him on because he was a pedophile, but. Jeffrey Jones is
Ed.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ed Rooney.
I mean, he's disqualified because he's a pedophile.
He is disqualified. But Ed Rooney.
We have some rules here.
I
picked Gary Cole's version of Bill Lumberg in Office Space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great one. What a scumbag.
Because anyone who's ever had a fucking shitty job has had a boss.
You've had that guy.
That's had that fucking guy.
Brutal.
Who just loves who's like he is the job, and you're just like, why do you like this?
Why
this is awful.
Do this? Yes. Now, Eddie.
Yeah.
All of our slime balls. That's a good slime ball roster right there.
Yeah. Pretty solid.
That's a great starting lineup for a slime ball team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ramble 356. You ready for this one?
Okay.
I don't think this is gonna be tough. You ready?
Yeah, lay it on me.
What artist goes into the Motown Recording Artist Hall of Fame? Who's in? Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, Diana Ross, and the It's a lot.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
Jacksons. I mean, Stevie Wonder.
It's a tough one.
It's open, close, encore time, Eddie.
Okay.
U2, Gary Priest, Jeeps. Not a big fan. There's pretty much the only 3 of their songs I really like. You open with one, you close with Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses? Encore, With or Without You. Charles Phillips, Seeps, CP. The only U2, the concert opens with Sad News. The band suffocated because Bono's massive ego took up all the space on the tour bus.
We got some U2 haters on the Ramble.
So it's a cover show.
Wow.
Open with Postmodern Jukebox. Still haven't found I'm looking for. This cover is amazing and peppy. You close with Richard Cheese doing Sunday Bloody Sunday. Yes, it's lounge. I still prefer it to Bono's voice. Encore, Johnny Cash. Once a Man in Black comes back from the grave to play his cover. All right. Of one.
Wow.
Johnny, he comes back to play one. All right.
Wow.
The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Ooh, what a great opener he has. Hello, hello, to a place called Vertigo. You close with The Streets Have No Name. You encore with It's a Beautiful Day. Michael Werman.
Worms.
You open with I Will Follow. You close from Batman Forever. Hold me, thrill me, kiss me, kill me. You encore with Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Damien Bottriell.
Bats.
They open up with Where the Streets Have No Name. They close with With or Without You. Encore with Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. Anthony, Too Cool for School Flores. First off, I have to say I agree with you about Joshua Tree being a top-heavy album, and that's why it's the third best U2 album. Too Cool for School. I rank them Achtung Baby, Zooropa, and then Joshua Tree. Anyway, the bands open the show with my favorite U2 song, Ultraviolet. They close with Lemon, with Bono and full Mr. McFisto getup. They close with All I Want Is You, a gem off of Rattle and Hum.
Ooh.
How about that? So I have them open with In the Name of Love. They
Sure,
come out with Pride.
sure. Great one.
I have them close with One.
Okay.
Okay.
Good call.
And then I have them, they encore with Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For.
Okay.
What's yours?
We lined up on the closer. I got them closing with one.
Yes, all right.
I have them open with Mysterious Ways.
Bow, bow.
And then I have them encore with I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For.
So we have two. You and I.
Oh,
matched
is that what
two.
you? Is that what your
That was
encore
my
was?
encore too.
Oh, okay, I guess we matched up with
close of the
two.
encore. Look at us. Look at us basically creating U2 set list.
Basically.
Next Ramble, 356.
Yeah.
Speaking of Motown, Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Oh.
What's the open close encore for Diana Ross and the Supremes? It's time to read books and play video games. Eddie, bring your pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games. Charles Phillips, Seeps, CP, video games, back into Dead by Daylight. I love fucking Over the Killer so much. Still reading Coraline and started reading the Dreamwave run of the Transformers. More than meets the eye. Not bad. I told you, Eddie, we got to do, you have to get All Hail Megatron. That was so good. I told you about that.
What's
one,
it
right?
on? Yeah, what's it on? PS.
IDW. This is a comic.
Oh, comic. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
It's where the Decepticons have
Yeah.
won. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And then Hot Rod and Cup are on Cybertron, I think.
Okay.
And they think they're going to find what's going to help win the day.
Yeah.
And it's like this buzzer. It just sends out a signal. And they're like, well, we're not trying to send a distress signal, right? We're trying to find help. And then later on, Devastator is just obliterating the Autobots in Manhattan. And Prime is doing everything he can to fight it off. And then the distress signal is answered when Hot Rod Press thought it was nothing, and fucking Omega Supreme comes down and just mops the floor with Devastator. It's fucking incredible. It is a squash. It is King Kong.
Well,
Bundy.
yeah. Devastator versus Omega Supreme is.
Omega Supreme whoops the shit out of him in this.
That's nothing. That's fucking
It's-
Ultimate Warrior Barry Horowitz. That's
Right. Oh, Michael Werman.
Worms.
I've been on an Audible kick. Great for trips when it takes a few hours to finish lawn and yard work. Just got Bumblebee and Me by Dan Gilvezan, narrated by Dan, the voice of the G1 Bumblebee, before Michael Bay decided it was a good idea to make him talk through radio. This is a fast listen and only 1.5 hours. It's a collection of Dan's recollections and musings on getting the gig and the legacy of the character. It's one that fits perfectly for the Ramble. I'd like to check that out. You know, when I met Brad Garrett,
Yeah.
the biggest thing I geeked out on was Triptychon. And he was laughing, and he goes, I hate to break it to you, but we were all drunk recording those episodes. That's even better. Oh, Davey Patriel. But still working through Breath of the Wild. All Divine Beasts are done. Shit, yeah. Got the Master Sword. Shit, yeah. But I need the Switch Whisper to let me know if there's anything else I should do before I head to Hyrule Castle. Got about 15 hearts, 1 3/4 stamina. Just started reading The Silmarillion by Johnny Red Rocket. I've heard it can be a tough read, but the new audiobook read by Andy Serkis should hopefully make things easier to follow. Johnny Red Rocket, of course, is J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah.
And yes, the Silmarillion, I've never read it because I've heard it reads like a fucking encyclopedia. But maybe with Circus doing it, it's better.
Maybe.
But, dude, I think maybe get the Hylian shield. Maybe. But, man, bots, you sound good to go. I march into Hyrule Castle and fuck Ganon up. That's all I can say. That's your next move. Anthony, too cool for school. Flores. Flores?
Horse, Chris.
Currently, I'm playing lots of Smash, Breath of the Wild, and Persona 4. Getting ready for Final Fantasy 16 to ruin my life for a bit. Watching the latest season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's amazing that show can still be fresh in 15 years. It kind of is like a South Park of live action, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
it's
you
just-
can kind of just put any episode on and watch it
Yeah.
and laugh.
I'm still plugging through Tears of the Kingdom and Cyberpunk and trying to get better at Super Smash Brothers. Eddie, what are you playing or reading right now?
Well, we did that little. When we went to TVG last week, we had a
Dave,
little.
Dave.
Jeez.
Dave's Cheese.
Had a little score with. I got some Game Boy Advance games, a couple old Game Boy games.
Oh,
and,
that's right.
And Colton made me buy Home Alone for the
Why?
Game Boy.
Why did you listen to him?
It's $10, so I was like, all right. And it is by far the worst game I've ever played on any system.
Worse than E.T. on the Atari.
Worse than E.T. on the Atari.
How bad is it? Just you? Does he not control? Like when you move, does he not move?
You're in the house,
Yeah.
and from what I can tell, you're upstairs. Harry and what's the other guy's name? Lloyd, Harry and
Floyd?
Floyd, whatever.
We gotta look this up.
It's Harry and Marv.
Marv.
Harry and Marv.
I was thinking of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Harry and Marv are in the house somewhere, right?
Right.
So you're running back and forth, going different rooms, picking up slices of pizza. And from what I can tell, there's bags of money and jewelry laying around the house that I guess are your parents. So you have to collect those before they get them and then drop them down the laundry chute into the basement. And then you're armed with a slingshot, which doesn't shoot all the way across the screen. You have to be like right up next to Marv or Harry to shoot them with the slingshot, and it just sort of makes them like bend over for a little bit, and then so you can jump over them. And then you make your way downstairs, and then I guess at some point you actually get into the basement, and there's like these killer spiders that come after you. It makes no fucking sense. And I think the whole point of the game is to get all the jewelry and put it into a safe before Marv and Harry can get it.
Uh-huh.
That's what I figured out so far. But it's just so awful.
Eddie.
So
That's
unbelievably
painful.
bad.
That's
Unbelievably
painful.
bad.
That's painful.
Colton played it for like a minute and stopped. I've actually spent time on it just trying to figure out what the fuck this game is.
Yeah. Oh,
So
man.
maybe I'll take it back to our boy TVG and see if he'll give me an even exchange on another $10
But
game.
knowing how good he is with this, he might give you $60 store credit.
Or I might get a Wii from it.
Yeah.
I might trade it in for a Nintendo Wii.
Take this Wii. You're good. You're good. Oh man! Wow. I mean,
it's bad. It's a bad video game.
man. Wow. Well,
That's what I'm playing. Well, I'm not playing anymore, but that's what I played.
I'm so sorry. And we tried to warn Colton.
I know.
We tried to tell him, look, anything before 2007 based on a movie is fucking
It's
awful.
just beware. Beware.
Buyer beware. Well, there we go. Let us know what you're reading and gaming as always. Ramble at theramblepod.com. Eddie, it's that time of the show where we rank the top five secret invasion theories. My God. We're brimming with them. Gary
Yeah.
Priest, Jeeps, I suck at fan theories, so I will leave it to others. Jeeps. All right.
All right, Jeeps.
Charles Phillips, CP. Keep in mind I haven't watched a single episode because I binged them after they're released.
Okay.
All right, so number 5, Maria Hill was never human to begin with. Call it far-fetched, I'm feeling it. Number 4, Fury's wife is actually the Skrull Queen. It would make sense to put the most powerful person in the Skrull Empire next to who is truly the most powerful man on Earth. Number 3, Marvel will make some of its lesser characters like Crossbone Skull. I think this would be Crossbone a Skrull. I think this would be a great way to take characters with potential they wasted and reboot them. Number 2, the Silver Surfer is finally shown.
What?
While he didn't play a part in the comic event, he's still a big part of the Skull Kree War, and he's one of my favorite Marvel characters.
True.
Number 1. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about this.
What?
Stormin' Norman Osborn finally makes his true MCU debut. He killed the Skrull Queen in the comic, and I'd love to see the series end the same way. Stay beautiful.
Could you imagine?
Phillips.
And that
Dude.
leading into Spider-Man 4.
Ooh. The American Dream, Dustin Jacob. Top 5, who cares? I've got the fatigue, y'all. Everything is blending together. Wake me when Wolverine and Deadpool are kicking ass or Sam Raimi directs something, because until then, I just don't give a shit. Dustin Jacobs.
Yeah.
Michael Worman.
Worms.
Top 5 Secret Invasion. Best MCU TV show. If they stick the landing, the MCU, it's the best, for me at least, when it's somewhat grounded, yeah? Wizards and Outer Space Adventures are great, but the best of the early phases, Non-Guardians, is watching the thriller-grounded stories like Winter Soldier and Civil War. Since this is all a shot in the dark, number 5, Amelia Clarke, Left 4 Dead, comes back for a face-off against Gravik as another Super Skrull in the final battle.
You think she's a Super Skrull?
Ooh, she was researching it. She looked it up. Maybe she went in there and gave herself a little bit of the knowing Gravik was going to suss her out. It's like, well, let me think I'm out of the way.
Right. Ooh, I like that one.
Rhodey is not a Skrull for long because of Armor Wars. Number 3, Talos turns on Fury because he thinks his daughter died. Is there any payoff to Sharon Carter's black market dealings at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier that ties in with the Skrulls' infiltration around the world? Ooh, she was in Madripoor. Doing some. Hey, can I say it?
Yeah.
About the Carter niece?
Yeah.
Doing dirt.
Doing
She
it
was
dirty.
in Madripoor doing dirt. That
Doing
nasty
dirt.
woman. She's a nasty woman. Nasty woman. Number 1, the president in the MCU is killed off, and we see Harrison Ford's official.
That's
MCU
what
debut
I called that
in the
one.
Final episode to lead.
Or he's a
Cap
Skrull.
Ford.
Or he's a Skrull.
Right. I could have ended with many of these periods, but this is a series of question marks, so who the hell knows? Be well, Ramblers, and try to check out Jerry's Twitch channel. Thank you, my favorite late night show. Thank you, Michael Worman. Worms. Damien Bottriell. Bats.
Rats.
Top 5 Secret Invasion predictions. Number 5, Gia isn't dead. She was wearing a bulletproof vest, had a blood pouch, and just reverted to her Skrull form to make Gravik think she was dead. Someone from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up. Either Quake or Melinda May has been working with Disney after how? I mean, because Ming-Na Wen, she has been with Disney. She was in Mandalorian. In Boba Fett. Oh, could we have Quake or Agent May? God damn.
Oh, Agent May would be a great pull-in.
The premise so far has been many of positions of power have been infiltrated by the Skrulls. I think Fury has had his own Skrulls infiltrate those offices and has been keeping tabs on them the whole time. How interesting would that be?
Yeah.
Number 2, I noticed a trailer for the Marvels that Fury's beard looks better maintained.
And he says
I
eye
figured
patch on.
I figured by the end of the show, he's back to running S.H.I.E.L.D. And number 1, Captain Marvel shows up, maybe in a post-credit scene that leads to the Marvels. Thanks for the great week, gang. See you all next time. Thank you, Damien. Bots. Anthony, too cool for school. Flores. Flores. So for this top 5, I can't join in. Haven't watched Secret Invasion yet, so instead here are my top 5 Gundams from Mobile Gunfighter G Gundam. Get ready for some bullshit names. All right. So I'm just gonna do this. We're an hour in to an Iowa rally. All right, anyway, an hour in. The Burning God Gundam from Neo Japan. The Master Gundam from Neo Hong Kong. The Gundam Maxter from Neo America. The Dragon Gundam from, you guessed it, Neo China. Finally, Zeus Gundam from Neo Greece.
We all know about Zeus.
Gundam. Before I go, Edward, the events of G Gundam followed Domon Kashu, the pilot of Neo Japan's Shining Gundam, during the 13th Gundam fight. Boy, the liberals really did a number on him, didn't they? Domon's mission is to win both the tournament and to track down his older brother who's believed to have stolen the mysterious Devil Gundam, but they can't tell us who brought the cocaine into Joe Biden's White House. Find out more in the next riveting installment. Keep rambling, boys, and thanks for indulging me here. Anytime. With the Gundam theories. Top 5 secret evasion theories. Eddie, this was a tough one. Next Ramble 356. I don't know if we've done this before. We're going to do it again. Top 5 video game consoles.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how mine is anything but the Super Nintendo. I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know. It's tough.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
That's tough.
I don't know.
That's a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one.
I played the shit out of some Sega Genesis, so.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All right, so I never did until now, and I love it. I'm pissed I didn't.
No, you missed the boat.
I know. Here's our top 5 secret evasion theorems. Eddie, I'm going to go with number 5. I think it's been hinting. It smells like it. We're getting a full-on Talos heel turn. I think we're getting a Talos kick.
That's a good call, especially if he believes his daughter's dead.
Right. What's your
and the whole reason they did that is because Fury basically told him to call his daughter and get the passcode. Like it's sort of in Talos' mind, it would be Fury's fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could see where that would.
What if the daughter's been the heel, and her and Gravik planned this? Like, we're going to fake killing you so we get Talos to turn on him.
Yeah, but, like, why would you have a scene out in the middle of the woods?
Right.
In front of nobody?
But maybe that scene isn't real. What if the next episode starts with a scroll telling Talos what happened?
Then that could work.
I don't know who, but I have the Talos heel turn. What's your number 5?
Mine is that we talked about it before. We both thought Rhodey was definitely a Skrull, and now Rhodey's not a Skrull.
I don't think he's a Skrull, dude.
Because it seems
obvious,
too
right?
it seems too obvious now. So
yeah.
But there's still got to be a major player that's a Skrull that we've like somebody's got to shock us that they're a Skrull.
Here's my thing. I think Rhodey. Can I give it? This is not. I didn't just make my list, but I'm thinking of this now. Can I tell you this?
Yeah.
I think Rhodey and Fury that was complete kayfabe. They're seen in the restaurant because the bodyguard was a Skrull.
Yeah.
I think Rhodey and Fury are working together.
So Rhodey fired Fury kayfabe style in front of the guard, so the guard would report back to.
I'm telling you.
I'm
telling you. But you know what this goes back to?
Because there was a lot of talk about men like us, like.
Right, not this guy. You know what it goes back to?
What?
Who's the third man? We've already.
Yeah.
It's already been mined.
It's been done. We've done this. Go watch some old tapes.
Right.
Go watch Bash at the Beach, 96, 97, or whatever it was. 98.
Now, would it be better if let's say this is true, and Rhodey and Fury are working together. After they successfully pull that off, they cut an Ultimate Maniacs promo on the Skrulls. And is that our next Halloween costume? Are we the Ultimate Maniacs?
We might need to be the Ultimate Maniacs.
We just need the shades that say Ultimate and Maniacs on them. My number 4. Don't call me daughter, 'cause she's not dead. I'm with that. I don't think you're bringing Emilia Clarke just to kill her off after 2 episodes.
I have that theory too. I guess I'll make that my number 4. It's in there somewhere that I don't think she's dead because you don't have that actress play that character to kill her in the 3rd episode.
You're not doing a Hitchcock thing with fucking Psycho where you kill Janet Leigh off in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Shot to scare. No,
she's coming back some way somehow.
Yeah. My number 3, Nick Fury ends up back on top of the game at the end. I'm with the other. Who was it? Was it Bots? The one who said that since he's in Marvels, Damien Bottriell. He's back. I'm with that. That's my number 3. Fury's back on top.
My theory kind of ties into that because I know Theory's going to be back on top because he's got the eye patch back in the Marvels trailer. He looks like old Theory.
Yep.
Or old Fury. So, but I think what that thing that Photon is playing with in space. If that ties into where maybe they found a home for the Skrulls and that's some sort of transport or some sort of wormhole that they went through to find a different planet to live on.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
And by opening that up, that's what sort of connected all the Marvel's powers together.
I like it. I like it.
Because you go back to Miss Marvel, and she's got that band on, and is it part of like what the 10 rings are?
Right.
Because you had that end credit scene in Shang-Chi where there's a signal coming from space.
Right. Right.
When the rings were activated. That's what Wu says.
It's true.
How does this all? I don't. It's so, like, does it tie into Eternals? Does it tie into Galactus? Does it tie into Silver Surfer coming?
Right, right. What if it is Silver Surfer? Oh man.
So there's something in that scene. I mean, there's gotta be something with the plot of the Marvels that ties in with Secret Invasion some way somehow.
I like that idea that Photon has found them a home, and that's what those things look like. Kree that came to attack.
Yeah.
Anyway. So maybe that's why. Like, we're not giving them a home. And wasn't Ronan the Accuser a Kree?
Yeah.
And you see the other chick who's like the
who's got the Kree hammer, that little miniature Kree hammer.
It has to be. They're trying. Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to take out the new Skrull planet, and this is Fury. I don't know.
Or stopping them, preventing them from getting into that planet.
Yeah.
My number 2 prediction: Black Widow and Bucky are Skrulls.
Winter Soldier.
All they need is the arm. They got it. He's not super. They're the only 2 that aren't super powered. So, and well, Captain America too, but I don't think they would. So, why? I mean, it makes the most sense if you're gonna infiltrate the Avengers, the new Avengers.
Yeah.
And it's the 2 that you there's no power they can fake, and they have their memories, so they know they're training.
Wow.
That
could, yeah, that's because when he says, you tell me, you think I haven't thought of that about the Avengers? There's got to be a non-powered Avenger that's a Skrull, right? That's why I was thinking Rhodey originally, but it seems so obvious now.
Right. What's your number? Yeah, I mean, it could be. I don't know. What's your number?
My number 2, the president's a Skrull, and most of his cabinet is a Skrulls, and they're all going to be taken out. And so that's how we're getting Harrison Ford that's how we're getting Ross as president.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Leading into Brave New World.
You ready for my number 1?
Yeah, what is it?
It's kind of a mix. So I think it's not over yet.
Yeah.
With the Skrulls after this show, I don't think.
It'd be hard to wrap this up in 4 more episodes.
I think I know how they're going to be able to detect who's a Skrull in the future, and how they're going to combat the Super Skrull. Reed Richards shows up. Reed's going to help them figure out some way.
You think we're getting Reed?
I think Reed Richards is going to give Nick Fury those They Live shades on to see who's a Skrull or not. That's what I think. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're getting Reed Richards. I'm calling. You can't give me the Super Skrull and not give me the Fantastic Four or something. Come on.
Okay. Well, mine's sort of related to that.
All right.
I'm not going to go Reed Richards. Okay. I'm going to go Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom, baby!
Is going to show up at the end of the series because that's the scientist that's helping the Skrull create the Super Skrulls.
Ooh.
Because Dr. Doom would have the thing, okay, if I can get rid of all the humans, I only have to control 1 million Skrulls.
And this planet's
mine.
Ooh. What if he's pulling the strings?
What if Dr. Doom is pulling the strings with the Skrulls? Because there's some technology there. It's in that lab.
Yeah.
And then that computer screen. I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Man,
it could be.
Jeez.
Dr.
Well,
Doom.
there it is. You know what? You're welcome to all the Ramblers and James up there. You're fucking welcome.
You're welcome, guys.
You're welcome. Jeez.
What more do you want?
What more do you want from us? That's our Ramble for today. Next, Ramble. Get those emails in. Ramble at theramblepod.com. Who goes on the Motown recording artist hat for their Hall of Fame? What do Diana Ross and Supremes open, close, and encore with? Top 5 all-time video game consoles. Ramble at theramblepod.com. Get them in. Be safe. We love you all. We'll see you Friday for a Ramble Radio. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.